Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel,
Our names are DJ Boom and
TV Crash.
together we are
TV Boom.
And this week we will talk about Rocky.
When did the film come out?
So the film came out in 1976, and so what is it about?
Yeah, it's about this kind of like poor amateur boxer, and one day he finds out he's going to fight the boxing world champion. Yeah, Apollo Creed is his name, and so it's basically about him training to defeat the world champion in boxing.
So the film was directed by John G. Avildsen, and he also directed Rocky V.
The screenplay was by Sylvester Stallone, and he plays Rocky in the film.
Oh, okay. And so the soundtrack was by Bill Conti.
You know, Rocky was played by Sylvester Stallone, as I just said, and he was the main character in the film series Rambo, and he was also one of the Ravengers in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
And so then there's Adrian, that's Rocky's girlfriend, and she's played by Talia Shire. And she was also in The Godfather 1 and 2 as Connie, as well as in Rocky 4 and 5.
Then there's Paulie, and he's Rocky's friend, and he's played by Burt Young, and he's also in Rocky 2, 4, and 5.
So then there's Apollo Creed, and he's the boxing world champion, also Rocky's opponent, and he's played by Carl Weathers. And he was also in The Mandalorian
Really?
as Greef Karga, and of course in Rocky 2 and 4.
Then there's Mickey, and he's Rocky's trainer and manager, and he's played by Burgess Meredith. And he was also in Rocky 2, 3, and 5.
So the film cost around 1 million and made 117 million. And so it was the highest grossing movie in 1976.
Did you know Rocky's dog, Butkus, was actually Sylvester Stallone's dog in real life?
Oh, really? So the famous shot where the stall owner throws Rocky an orange was completely improvised by the stall owner, who had no idea he was being filmed. And also, Sylvester Stallone quit smoking cigarettes while making this film because he was getting out of breath while boxing.
I can imagine that. I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And you know, the poster at the ring, or like almost before the battle, yeah. It shows Rocky wearing red shorts, yeah.
Yeah.
But actually, in the fight, he wears a white boxer short with a red stripe. And that was actually a mistake by the props department. But yeah, they couldn't afford to make a new poster. So Sylvester Stallone came up with the idea that Rocky points out the mistakes himself.
Yeah, well, his shorts are going to turn red after all that blood.
Yeah.
So, Rocky's injury to his finger, what made him to pretend that he had broken it, was actually a real injury from Sylvester Stallone that he got while playing college football.
Ah, ow.
Be-
Oh, God. That sounds really painful, actually.
That must have been painful.
Oh, God. Ah.
So, did you like the film, even though you aren't into boxing?
Yeah, I did like the film also, but you didn't even have to know much about boxing, because you didn't even have to know any of the moves or any of the rules, because it wasn't important. You could just sit back, watch the two people fight, and also just enjoy the story. And yeah, that was the cool thing about it.
Yeah.
I didn't have to know anything about boxing beforehand, just that they fight each other.
Yeah. So, what did you think about the main theme?
It's quite like the motivating theme here, which kind of fits to the film. I mean, it gives you like this energetic feeling. You know what
That
I
makes you
mean?
want to punch something.
Why are you looking at me like that? Scared of you?
Oh,
Yeah. Would you actually go boxing if you'd have the chance? Would you?
no, I don't think so because it's like really painful. You probably like think the boxing gloves are like soft to make you not hurt the other person, but they're actually just to make you not hurt your fingers.
Yeah, but if you would just do like boxing against no opponent, like just against a boxing bag, would you do it, or would you think, no, it's too hard for me?
Yeah, probably only against a boxing bag, but not like against a real person.
But now, would you do it against a boxing bag, or would you be like, nah, I'm not the boxing type. I'll stick to something else.
I'd do against a boxing bag, but I'd also do something else.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah,
So, how did you know he's like a poor guy?
you did notice it with the apartment. The apartment was quite small, and the neighborhood, yeah, it looked quite poor and stuff like that. And he didn't really have like a job. His only job was boxing in like clubs. That's how I knew he was, well, not the
Okay.
richest person. Yeah.
Yeah,
But what did you think about the love bits in the film?
they weren't my type. I don't actually like love bits. They don't always fit into the film.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I
Um,
didn't really like them. They weren't necessary.
yeah, I can agree with you a bit, but then again, I think like in like these sports movies and stuff like that, the protagonist always has to have like a girl running after him and stuff like that. But what I noticed about him and Adrian,
Yeah.
Adrian isn't like this like super perfect woman. She was kind of like this shy person, which you don't really get in different films.
Yeah.
And that's what I found quite interesting.
Yeah.
So, how would you rate the film?
I think boxing gloves.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. So
How many boxing gloves would you give it?
4.5.
Mm?
Because it was my favorite film, and it's like boxing, and I'm not into boxing, but the rest was very good, except the like love bits. They weren't particularly good.
But you like the other bits so much that it's a 4.5.
Yeah.
You know, I can agree with that. Yeah, then 4.5 boxing gloves it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, no, it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, to you it's Thanksgiving. To me it's Thursday. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up. If you want to give us some suggestions on films we can review, feel free to comment below. We plan to review a film every week, so subscribe to our channel. Bye!